for questions real quick.
Julian, what do you feel like happened after halftime? Obviously, they kind of buried you right out of the gate there. And, what did you feel like? What's going wrong on your end of things that got out of hand?
They came out, hit a couple of threes. We got some good shots that we missed. That's really it. Turned into they're making shots, we're missing shots. So that's what it was.
Is it at all more frustrating just knowing you guys had a pretty solid first half? I think you made your 8 of your first 10 shots. You jump out to a 10-point lead. I mean, just kind of, does that add to any of the frustration tonight, knowing how well you played to start?
I mean, yeah, definitely. But I mean, like we've known that shot making isn't. It's not always a problem for us. I mean, it is sometimes. Obviously, after that, from about the 10-minute mark on, it was then. But I mean, we turned the ball over. They're getting offensive rebounds and stuff, so it's really has nothing to do with shot making. It's just we just got to lock in on defense and just take care of the ball, get more shots.
Tonight was an uncharacteristic night for assists as a starting guard. What can you say about that?
They're long. They put a lot of pressure on the ball when in the gaps when you drive. And we shot 21 of 46. We missed some easy shots. We missed some wide open threes. So just a rough shooting night, for the last about 30 minutes of the game.
What happened on the defensive side of the ball in the second half, allowing BYU to shoot as well as they did?
We just didn't take away threes. We knew on the scout that, they wanted to shoot threes. They're a good three-point shooting team, so we just simply didn't take away their threes.
Because you guys are struggling, is there a mental battle you guys are fighting when things do start to go wrong? It seems like it snowballs in a hurry. Mm-hmm. Are you fighting any kind of, here we go again kind of mentality when things start to go bad?
Kind of. I mean, obviously it's hard not to feel like that when we've been in so many close games and, we lose by a few possessions here and there. Obviously, we just can't win a game right now, so it's tough going through stretches like these for sure.
Was it hard tonight with the later tip-off, especially on Tuesday and cold weather and stuff like that?
No, I don't really care. I don't. It's fine. I don't really think that the tip-off had anything to do with that. I think it's just on us to be better.
Anything else? Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Great job. Appreciate it.
Yes. At the end of the game. Okay, that's my bad. Okay.
Okay, so next time.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, and this is just.
Hey, Maggie, what was this then? Are we good? She's coming right now. Okay, everybody, we've got head coach Tad Boyle. Coach, if you could please start with your opening statement. We'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, I just want to start by apologizing to our fan base. Apologize to every former player that's worn the Colorado uniform. We're not living up to, our end of the bargain as a coaching staff or as players in the program. So I want to apologize to our fan base, but especially the ones that came out tonight on a Tuesday night at 9 o'clock to support this team and program. And they deserve more than we gave them. And obviously I got to throw that halftime speech in the toilet and flush maybe multiple times because we didn't come out in the second half ready to play, and BYU did. And you let a team shoot 67.9% from the field in your building after half, something's wrong. And we better fix what's wrong, or we're going to continue to get the same result.
You've talked a few times during this stretch about which team is going to be more desperate coming into certain games, especially with another team, in this case BYU, coming off their own tough loss as well. Was that start of the second half kind of typified what team was hungrier than the other?
Without a doubt. Their energy level, their toughness level, their everything, you name it. They were the aggressor. They were better. And it wasn't just one guy, it was their whole team. So again, this doesn't fall on one guy for the Buffaloes. I mean, if it did, I'd fix that. It falls on our entire group. But yeah, it's we're up 23-22 in the first half. We're shooting 75% from the field at the time, and we're up 1, because we turned it over 7 times. So we went up with 16 for the game. And we're just not very good with the ball right now. Got very good passers and catchers, and so you look at the same stuff. And we didn't take BYU's strengths away from them. The strength of BYU's team is their ability to shoot the ball from multiple positions, and we talked about that. It was on our defensive game plan board. We got they're averaging 11 threes a game. Guess what? They made 11 threes. And I consider it 13 because we fouled 2 3-point shooters. And that was a key to coming in the game and winning this thing, having a chance to win it. And we didn't do it. Just like against Oklahoma State, the key to the game was holding them to 1 shot and not letting them get multiple opportunities at the goal. They're averaging 13 rebounds coming into our game. They got 13 offensive rebounds. BYU is averaging 11 made threes a game. They came in and got 13 on us. We're not taking away the other team's strengths. And then, you go down that rabbit hole, and our guys, I sensed for the first time that we didn't compete in the second half, and we didn't believe. I thought we did in the first half. Really, even though we're down 2 at halftime, I felt like we should have been up 10. But, we shot 50% from the field in the first half, but couldn't buy one in the second half. Didn't finish the half very well, defensively or offensively, and so it's frustrating, but I have to do a better job. I know I keep saying that, and I'm not. I'm really disappointed in myself.
Tad, you mentioned feeling like you should have been up at halftime. You had the 10-point lead, 32-22, and they kind of go on a little bit of a run to kind of erase that right away.
Yep.
Did you feel like you maybe lost the game right there?
No, absolutely not, Tyler. No, absolutely not. You're down 2 at halftime, and you let them go on that run. Now, said, guys, we got to guard better. You're up 32-22, and maybe you struggled to score. We had 36 points at halftime. They had 22 points with 5 minutes to go in the first half, right? And they end up with 38. So they score 16 points in the last 5 minutes. Now, is that us or is that them? I think a lot of it has to do with us, personally, but that's where the film. And, watching film with these guys, I'm going to continue to do it. I'm not going to stop doing what I do. I've been here for 14 years. This is year 15. I haven't lost confidence in myself, I can tell you that. I feel like I can coach this game, but I'm not doing a very good job coaching this team, coaching these players. And so I got to go back to the drawing board and see how I can get to them, because right now I'm not getting to them.
Because the team is struggling, when things go bad, are the guys fighting a sort of here we go again mentality? Like when things go bad, it's getting difficult for to stop the bleeding within games.
And Pat, here's the thing about our team. When things go bad, we feel sorry for ourselves. Okay, and I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying when I say it's on me. I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I can tell you, nobody needs to feel sorry for me. All right, I need to do a better job. Our players are feeling sorry for themselves, and that's a problem, because when you internalize and oh my God, I feel so woe is me, you're not helping your team. So Andrei Yakimovsky is guarding their best player, who's a good player, had 25 points on us tonight. I think Richie Saunders is an all-league player. Drives by him on the baseline, and we're supposed to have 3 guys on the weak side with 2 feet in the paint. And he drives by him and lays it in the goal, and there's nobody there to help him. Those guys are thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about helping Andre. And defensively, you have to help each other if you're going to be any good at this game, at this level. And we're not helping each other because we're concerned about ourselves. And that is a problem. And we've talked about it. We've showed it on film. And again, we've got a pretty good coaching staff. I believe that. I thought our game plan tonight, Coach Greer did a great job on the scout. I thought our game plan for Oklahoma State, I wouldn't go back and change them. We're not executing the game plans. And, last year, Washington State, we talked to Andre about this, they would start out in zone and they would go to man like halfway through the possession. Well, guess what? BYU did that tonight. We practiced that yesterday. We knew what we were supposed to do when that happened. We didn't do it. So it's the execution of the game plan that we're not getting done. And again, that falls on the head coach. Not feeling sorry for myself. It just falls on me. And I'm going to keep trying.
After the 14-0 run that put you guys up 10 points, back
Yep.
and Andre had to hit the bench due to foul trouble.
Yep.
Who can you look to rely on without those 2 on the floor?
Look, those 2 guys are good players. But they're not. I mean, this team is a collective team. We don't have one guy that can carry this team, offensively or defensively. So we have to rely on each other. And we're playing 9, 10, 11 guys. I have confidence in all of those guys. The problem is you don't know which guys are going to show up. So yeah, Andre was playing, I thought he played pretty well offensively tonight. Did some really good things, and he picked up a couple fouls. But now when Sebi comes in, or Harrison comes in, or whoever comes in, I don't feel like we need to drop off. So it's not like, oh, we didn't have Bangat, we didn't have Andre, we can't stop BYU. Forget that. We got other guys that can guard. Just got to do it. So I don't look at one guy and say, oh man, if we don't have him, we're in trouble. But if we collectively don't compete defensively and collectively don't move the ball and share the ball offensively, this team has no chance to win. 0. Because we don't have that dude. We've had some dudes in the past. We don't have that dude right now, so we got to rely on each other, and we're not doing that right now.
Tad, you mentioned you felt like this was the first time, at least in the second half there, that you felt like the guys stopped believing a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that kind of go in, I guess, with Pat's question about the snowball effect?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. And again, it gets back to when that happens, it's woe is me. I'm thinking about myself. I'm not thinking about that guy to my right or that guy to my left. I'm not thinking about how I can make his job easier. I'm thinking about me. And you think about me on the floor, you're not thinking about we. And we got to think about we, not me.
Along those lines, I mean, you've titled this being a together group. Are you still feeling that way?
Yeah, I just think we feel sorry for ourselves. Yeah, I don't think that we're not together. I don't think, but now you'd have to ask the players about the belief. I know, I'm just going to speak for myself because I can't speak for them, okay? And they're available to the media. We don't shut off our locker room. If you want to talk to somebody, come to practice and talk to them or set something up through Troy. Like, all players can talk. I'm just going to tell you right now, I believe in this group of guys. I believe in each individual in that locker room. I believe they're great kids from great families. I believe that they're not playing up to their potential right now. I believe we have to try to figure out a way, and they need to be a part of that because, coaches can only do so much. And it's my job as a coach to make sure we get a great shot on offense. And our guys understand what a great shot is. And you can't get a great shot if you turn it over. So we all know that. But I felt like, against Oklahoma State, we took some bad shots. Tonight, after I watched the film, I'll let you know. I didn't feel like we took a bunch of bad ones, but, maybe we did. And I'm not talking about the end of the shot clock. I'm talking about early in the shot clock and making them work. And, defensively, BYU, by the numbers, is not one of the better defensive teams in our league. But their defense was good enough to guard our offense tonight. So, again.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, Tad, you spoke the other day about how close this team is to that first conference win. Does tonight's loss change anything about that?
No, look, next game, what do we got to do to beat Arizona at Arizona? I know, look, one thing I'm going to challenge our guys, you want a chance to do something that's never been done? Well, guess what? We'll have an opportunity to do that Saturday. Now, will we embrace that opportunity? Will we take it on as a challenge and say, okay, let's go? Or will we say, oh, well, previous teams can't do it, we can't do it? Like, if that's our attitude, this season we're not going to get that first conference win. So, again, it's about the next game. And my thing is, we've got to win our games at home. And we're not doing that right now. And that's disappointing to me because now, against BYU, there's no altitude advantage, which we usually have in this building. We don't have that because they're in Provo and they train at altitude just like us. So, no, I don't think we're any further. Now, we're further away if we don't play up to our capabilities and our potential. And that's what we have to do.
And then how important is it to keep a positive message about these guys? And
I get up every day and say, how can I help this team? What do I need to do to help this team? And tomorrow's going to be no different. I go to bed at night, how can I help this team? How can I help the players in that locker room? And I'm going to continue to try to help them. And I don't feel like I'm doing that right now, and that's why I continue to say how disappointed I am in myself because I'm not getting that done. And they need to help. They got to believe. I can't make them believe if they don't believe. I wish I could. Before I go, I'll just say, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we're going to honor a guy whose life was really good at making guys believe. And I'm not half the coach Bill McCartney was. And my heart goes out to his family. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 10.